In an AC generator, the induced EMF generated in the first half rotation in one direction. See here you can see in an AC generator the induced EMF during the first half rotation is in one direction and the induced EMF in the second half rotation is in the opposite direction. So this together constitute one full cycle of AC. So the number of cycles per second is known as frequency of AC. Then what is frequency of AC? Number of cycles per second. That means how many times this armature rotates in 1 second is considered as its frequency. So what is frequency? The number of cycles per second is known as frequency of AC. And the unit of frequency is Hertz, which is represented by capital letter H and small letter Z. If the frequency of an generator is 50 Hertz, then it means that the armature rotates 50 times in 1 second, or armature completes 50 full cycles in 1 second. If the frequency of AC is to be 50 Hz, the armature coil is to rotate 50 times per second, isn't it? Yes. When 50 Hz AC is used, how many times will the direction of current changes in the circuit? We know that during one full rotation, the direction of current changes twice. So during one full rotation, the direction of current changes twice. Then during 50 such rotations, the current will change 100 times. So write the answer here, 100 times. Current is induced when armature of a generator rotates. So we know that whenever this armature rotates, in between these magnetic poles, a current will be generated in this armature coil. Slip rings and brushes are the ways and means by which this current is brought to the outer circuit. So through this slip rings and brushes, the current induced in the armature is brought to the outer circuit. Is this arrangement necessary if the magnet in generator is made to rotate? For example, if magnet is rotating and armature is kept stationary, in such situations there is no need of this graphite brushes and this slip rings, because we know that armature and magnets are the two important parts of a generator. In order to produce current, either the armature should rotate with respect to the magnetic field lines, or the magnet should rotate with respect to this coil. If magnet rotates in a generator, then there is no need of slip rings and brushes. That is why in AC generators, magnet is made to rotate and this armature coil is kept stationary. And one more disadvantage is that since the rubbing of slip rings on brushes produces sparks, it is the magnet that is made to rotate in AC generators. So we know that this graphite brush and the slip rings are in contact. So whenever this slip ring rubs on this graphite brush, what happens? A spark will be produced. That is why the magnet is made to rotate in an AC generator. Is it possible to produce direct current using a generator? See, we are getting AC current, AC from a generator, that is the current which changes its direction during every half rotation. So that is AC. So in an generator, we will get alternating current. So here the question is it possible to produce DC, that is direct current, using a generator? So how can we produce DC from a generator? For that, what we have to do? We have to connect, instead of these slip rings, we have to connect slit rings. If split ring commutator is used in a generator of slip rings, we will get DC. So instead of connecting this slip rings, we have to connect slit ring commutator, so that we will get DC in the generator. So we already learned, in an AC generator, during first half rotation, the current flows from B2 to B1, the brush B2 to B1, and during the next half rotation, the current flows from B1 to B2. That is, during every half rotation, the direction of current changes. That is why we get alternating current from a generator. See here, this R1 is always in contact with the portion AB of the armature, and this R2 is always in contact with the portion of the armature CD. So here, if we apply Fleming's right hand rule, we will get the current flows from A to D. So the direction of current is from A to B, then from B to C, and from C to D. That means the current flows from the graphite brush B2 to B1. So current flows from B2 to B1. And during next half rotation, this AB comes to this side and CD comes to this side. So in that condition also, this CD comes in contact with the R2 and AB is always in contact with the R1. So during rotation, this R2 comes in contact with B1 and R1 comes in contact with B2. So in this condition, the current flows from D to C, then from C to B, and from B to A. That is, current flows from B2 to B1. So in both the cases, current flows from the graphite brush B2 to B1. That is why the current obtained from this generator is DC, that is direct current. So using split ring commutator, we can convert the AC current produced in this generator into DC. Here the brush B1 is always in contact with the portion of the armature that moves upward. So whenever this portion of the armature which is near this north pole always moves upwards, while the portion of the armature which is near this south pole always moves downwards. So B1 is always in contact with the portion of the armature that moves upward. So always this B1 comes in contact with the armature which moves upwards, and this B2 comes in contact with the armature which is always moving downwards. That is why we will get the current from B2 to B1. That is why the current flows from B2 to B1 during every half rotation. As a result, we will get DC in the external circuit, though AC is induced in the armature. So here AC is induced in the armature, while in the external circuit we will get DC. So such generators are called DC generator. So in the armature coil, alternating current is induced, while in the external circuit this split ring commutator converts them into direct current. What are the similarities between DC motor that we saw in the previous chapter and DC generator? So in the second chapter we saw DC motor, while in the third chapter this is DC generator. Then what are the similarities between DC motor and DC generator? In both the cases we can show this permanent magnet, then there is a armature coil, and there is split rings and brushes. Connect the output of a small DC generator to a galvanometer and rotate the armature continuously. So we have to connect the output of a DC generator to a galvanometer, and we have to and rotate the armature continuously. How is the needle deflected? So while connecting this galvanometer, we can see the needle deflects to only one side, because the current is direct current. That is why this galvanometer deflects only in one direction. Is the direction of current changing? The direction of current is not changing. Is the magnitude of current the same? The magnitude of current is not same, because there is the current is slightly varying. Do you notice that the direction of current does not change, and that the result is a pulsating current? So this current is slightly varying means the current obtained is a pulsating current. The graphical representation of EMF obtained from an AC generator, a battery, and a generator are given in the table. See, this is the graphical representation of EMF obtained from an AC generator, DC generator, and a battery. So in the AC generator, during every half rotation, the direction of current changes. So we will get a graph like this. And in the case of generator, DC generator, this AC is converted into DC using split ring commutator. So in this case, the current during every half rotation is only in one direction, and the current that we are obtaining from a battery is a straight line. That is, we will get a constant EMF. So here you can see the direction changes continuously. So during every half rotation, direction changes continuously. EMF increases and decreases and direction changes. So from here to here, EMF increases, then decreases, again increases, then again decreases, increases, then again increases, decreases. So EMF increases and decreases during every half rotation. Then here you can see there is no change in the direction of the current, and EMF is steady. So we will get a constant EMF from a battery. Then in the case of DC generator, there is no change in the direction of current, but EMF increases and decreases. EMF once it increases, then decreases, then increases, decreases. So these are the graphical representation of EMF obtained from a generator. So what we learned today, we learned something about this DC generator and the various stages of rotation of armature coil. Then we learned what is period. So period means the time taken by the armature coil for one full rotation is called period, that is represented as T. Then we learned what is frequency. So what is frequency? The number of cycles per second is called frequency. After that we learned three graphical representation. This is important, okay? So this is of AC generator, and this is DC generator, and this is of battery.